Kanye was right about Vinicius Jr. Kanye West was right and the Vinicius Jr. situation proves it. I have structured this video in two parts. The first is that I talk about Vinicius situation. The ups, the downs, and the uglies. The next thing is what Kanye West said in regards to Vinicius situation. Vinicius situation. Football is called the universal language. So much so, that we've seen players around the world that can't speak the same language, communicate well on the pitch, and even form formidable partnerships. Like Harry Kane and everyone he's played with.
Walk us through those goals.
Yeah, the first one made a run around the back post and I think it got flicked on. I'm not sure who flicked it on, and I was there to poke it home. And then the second one, then the Bill got in a good area.
One of the biggest fights in the football world has been for equality. Not that equality. Jamie Vardy doesn't seem to agree. Equality in football has been a topic from the ages, with many of the star footballers in the world being black men. They've brought to light some of the challenges they face, with one of the biggest having to do with their race. And it isn't just the players. Remember when Chelsea fans didn't let a black fan onto the train in Paris? Instances like that have been a common feat in the football world, for both black players and fans, with countries like Italy being some of the hardest countries to integrate in. Till this day I can't understand how an Italian club saw it fit to post this on their socials. And then how about the best player in the Italian league not winning player of the season? Or Romelu Lukaku receiving these chants? Or Romelu Lukaku receiving a red card for standing up against inequality? So many things happen in the world of football. Countries like Russia are notorious for this too, with many former Russian league players accrediting their lack of playing time or fan responses to them to their skin color. But you know who many fear to speak against? Spain and La Liga. For some reason, this one has been kept on the down low for a while now. Spain does not have the sort of reputation Italy or Russia have. In Spain, it's more or less been hidden from the media and the journals. The Spanish press do not push the narrative as much as other nations would. Historically, players like Samuel etc. did suffer a similar fate to that which Vini is going through today. But, thankfully Vinicius Jr. is a brave young man who's getting more and more experience fighting this cancer in our society. Vinicius' first major taste of racism came as a result of him standing up for himself when he was criticized for dancing when celebrating goals. That came after Vinicius was targeted with a racist slur on live Spanish TV by agent Pedro Bravo. Think about that, he was criticized on television for a nothing issue. Bravo said during an El Chiringuito discussion of the Brazil International that in Spain, you have to respect rivals and stop playing the monkey. Following a backlash alleging that this was a racist stereotype, Bravo has subsequently apologized on social media by claiming that he misused a metaphor. This led to a series of events in which Vinicius received monkey chants from rival fans throughout the game. He did of course continue to dance with his teammates on goals scored. Then followed a game against Atletico Madrid, in which Vini was warned by Atletico Madrid captain and Spanish international coach to not dance if he scored, or else there would be trouble. Vinicius wasn't one to cower, and so he danced. Much to the dismay of the fans who gave him stick all game. Whereas there are players before Vini who could let things like this slide. Vinicius has never been one to do this. The recent events which led to him exposing La Liga even more and him having a back and forth against La Liga president Javier Tebas on Twitter, have seen more people garner respect for him, in ways that were not seen before. Tebas was publicly humiliated and after a second thought he did come out to apologize to Vini. The match against Valencia was a turning point in Spanish football. Or at least we all hope it will be. Valencia fans were heard chanting Mana, but the press refused to sell that story and instead insisted that they shouted Tonto. Many people rose against the Spanish media. Clubs like Flamengo have spoke for Vinicius, the Brazilian statue of Jesus had a lights out for him, and many others in the football world have shown love to Vini after the incidents against Valencia. In fact, Brazil even threatened to prosecute the perpetrators of this injustice against their national. Footage emerged of more historically acts of segregation and racism against other famous footballers who played in Spain. His coach Carlo Ancelotti summed it up best. These events have been happening for a while now, and no action is taken against the perpetrators. He was right. 7 people have been arrested, but we wait to know what their fate will be. Valencia only received a small fine for this, of £23,000, after they appealed their initial fine of £39,000. They've also managed to shake off their stadium ban, after they appealed an initial 5-match stadium ban. Valencia has received no points deduction too. Which of course, would have hurt them a lot more. And that is exactly why Kanye West was right. Because until this day, black people's suffering is never compared to other marginalized groups. It's instead taken as a normal thing that should happen. Kanye lost over $1 billion for his remarks against the descendants of Israel. And his defense was that his pain was never felt by others. And if you look at the Vinicius situation, you notice he was right. No sponsors of Valencia canceled their sponsorships for these acts. Or even spoke against it to the degree that Kanye West received the backlash he received for his comments. Cruelty seems to be normalized a lot more against our people than any other group of people, and we see it all the time. What do you have to say about this? Please do comment down below.